So can you give us any practical tips on how we can practice intimacy with ourselves or with our partners?
Yeah. With a partner, it is the very best experience when you are creating it as a conscious meeting. Now, it may not sound romantic, but until you are able with your partner to let yourselves free fall into intimacy because you have worked through what's in the way and you're really a conscious couple, until that time, it's best when you're consciously setting up, say, okay, would you like to go into an intimacy session, for lack of better words? And then you need to prepare the three things, as I just explained. You need to make a decision to go beyond your fears. You need to create a safe space, and you need to drop all expectations. And then what you're going to do is you focus on being present to your body and to your partner's body. Usually you do eye gazing. You may sync the breathing between the two of you, which is beautiful. If there's any touch, you are fully present to the sensation of the touch. So you are focusing on putting your energy on the sensation that is sensory available in that moment. So you're not allowing to get that your energy goes back into your head. This presence is then the space in which intimacy will suddenly become an energy that starts moving. It will move your next move. It will move your partner's next move. And then what's happening is a dance of intimacy. Sometimes it's very gentle. Sometimes it can even go into a wildcat engagement. You are starting to move and you feel the energy wants to move more and more and more, and like going into that. All of that can be intimacy, as long as you are not losing the connection. So when you get together with your partner and you set it up that way, and free of expectation means that you are allowing that the session may be not spectacular, nothing happens. So you're just present to each other for half an hour, 45 minutes. And this presence is beneficial. It's a benediction. In this presence, there's almost kind of a sacredness. So it's not about intimacy needs to lead up to intercourse.
Mm-hmm.
If it does, wonderful. If it doesn't, wonderful. Intimacy is dropping all separating energies and allowing to free fall into the magic of the moment and see what's happening and move with it. So it is a meditation, it is a practice. It can take 10, 15 meetings or sessions until you and your partner experiencing the first real moments of free flow intimacy. Yeah? So you need to work yourselves to that space. It doesn't fall from the sky. But then once you're there, it is paradise on earth. It is the most wonderful experience that people can possibly have. And from there, you can take this experience, and next time you're standing in front of a tree, yeah, you connect with that state of, you just present to the tree. And once you know the flow and the feeling of that energy and you share it with a tree, you can have intimacy with a tree, intimacy with a flower, intimacy with an animal, intimacy with the mountains. Ultimately, intimacy with the divine.
That's really beautiful. I have one quick question on that. So you mentioned that you need to have lots of sessions to potentially get to a point where you are truly being intimate with your partner. If in one session you are going in and out of presence, because obviously a lot of us struggle with being present, and if so, often the moments of presence are fleeting. So if you say you have an hour set aside for your intimate session, if you are going in and out of presence, would you just suggest to remain there for that hour that you have scheduled and try and bring yourself back? Or if you go out of presence, has the energy just been lost?
Wonderful question. I strongly suggest that you make it a meditation. That means that you stay there for the duration of the length of the meeting. As you said, you stay there for an hour because you will not remain unpresent. So when you are not present anymore, that means you're back in your head, you share it, as I suggested, with your partner. So you share, I'm back in my head. And your partner may say, oh, I'm actually also back in my head. So the two are now present to both being back in their heads.
Yeah.
And staying there, and then a moment later, suddenly something happens. Suddenly you find your way back to put your attention on your breathing or on your partner's breath or on the heartbeat, and you move out of it again. So I don't suggest to resign, okay, it's not working, because that is A, not true, and B, it's just a transmission that you confused with the conclusion, and it does not leave, and it leaves a bad taste. So stay there. Stay there.